Hello viewers, welcome to another session of the Connect series. As part of the series, we have been holding discussions with psychology and mental health experts in connection with the World Mental Health Day that is being observed on October 10th. But I think whatever discussions we have been having are valid forever because the amount of knowledge and information that we have been drawing from these experts is enormous. We are happy to have Nidhi Sharma on the show right now. And Nidhi is a master's in psychology and she's a very highly multifaceted personality. She's a marathon runner and she draws inspiration from Hindu mythology. And she practices what she says positive psychology. So let's straight away start talking to Nidhi Sharma. Nidhi, nice meeting you on this call.
Nice meeting you too.
Uh, so let's start the discussion focusing on the mental World Mental Day, Mental Health Day rather. This
Yes.
current COVID scenario in the forced lockdown has created a lot of stress and strain among many people. In fact, the World Health Organization survey shows, which is the report was out only yesterday, day before yesterday, shows that 93 countries, nations, they have not been able to focus attention on the mental health issues apart from the others. So mental health is being taken as one of the major focus issues now by the WHO itself. So we thought of discussing this. Uh, what could be the main reasons for people
Sure.
getting so stressed, Nidhi?
People are stressed because of the kind of lifestyle we lead. We are so materialistic. We are perpetually running. Our success is measured by the amount of material goods that we have.
Yeah.
So there is stress, right? So it has nothing to do with lockdown alone. Lockdown has only burst the bubble.
Okay.
It's just overflown and suddenly people have become aware of it. It's always been lurking underneath. We don't pay attention to it. We're not even paying attention to it now. And we use the word stress very, very loosely. Honestly, a certain amount of stress is actually required for performance.
Okay.
So stress and performance has a bell graph relationship. Till a certain threshold, stress motivates, and afterwards it becomes poisonous, and then
Yeah.
the performance declines, right? Um, so the
So how does
question is
one
whether
gauge what is the safe level of stress and what is the dangerous level? They might see, unlike you have a BP meter, etc. There's no meter which can measure the stress. I think it's one has to
we
feel it.
all right, one has to feel it. The day a human body can be measured in human emotions and mental abilities can be measured to that precision, I think we would have become robotic.
Yeah.
So each one has to know their own thresholds. People know, everybody knows when they're stressed or when they're feeling anxious or when they have some issue that is happening in their head. Okay, it's just the outer world that they're not able to express.
Okay.
So
So, but as you said, the COVID situation, the lockdown situation has only resulted in bursting the bubble.
absolutely
This stress that one has been undergoing due to the lockdown, it's a multifaceted.
correct.
It's not a job oriented, not necessarily.
Not
It's just
necessarily.
not your pay cuts and income losses,
No, no, no.
and it's I think that's the multifaceted or the hydra faced stress which is causing more thing on your brain.
Absolutely. 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 We are not used to living with people. We want to live with people when we choose to live with them. So I'm
Yeah,
okay going out at 9 o'clock and coming back at 8 o'clock, and I have that space. In fact, just 2 days ago, I was counseling someone for the children, and
yeah,
the gentleman said that, I feel as if, so I come back home from my business and then I have to go and meet my friends. And with the lockdown, I have nowhere else to go. So it's frustrating to sit at home.
yeah.
So we all have our own ways of de-stressing. The society makes us believe it is with the family. The society makes us believe that we have to like our family.
No, this
We
client
love
of
them.
this client of yours, you said mentioning is a frustrating. So isn't frustration self-invited or self-imposed?
Every emotional challenge is kind of self-imposed, because you and I perceive the scene. Even in a crime scene, when you have an eyewitness, when even there are two eyewitnesses, their accounts can be poles apart.
Yeah.
It's how the mind processes, it's how the mind perceives. So someone like me sees the pandemic as an opportunity to reassess my life. Does that mean that I am not worried? Of course I'm worried. I see the positive. I choose to see the outcome to be positive out of it. And then there are those who perhaps are so overwhelmed that they're not able to manifest that positively.
See, you are a trained psychologist. So you can measure probably. You have been advising your clients. You studied. You are a master in this subject. So you can make out, as you said, that you're taking this challenge as an opportunity. Whereas for a normal man, say people like me who are not into psychology at all or psychotherapy at all, for us, this balancing technique is slightly difficult.
Absolutely. Don't imagine that every psychologist can do that. I have put in a lot of hard work into coming to be able to be in that space of being able to make my mental and emotional health robust. Just
So,
like you do physical exercise to keep your health good, you have to do emotional and mental well-being to keep your mind and soul robust, right? Uh, and as far as the common people are concerned, there is so much. We are a land of yoga. We
yeah.
talk about, right? What's stopping you from going and seeking help? I mean, look at the fan following that a Shri Shri has or a Sadguru has. They have the fan following. How many people are actually following what they say? Forget following. How many of them are actually putting it in action? Something very simple to keep your mind at peace is 1 minute silence 5 times a day, every day. How much time does it take?
1 minute silence 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All that you need to do is sit in complete silence. Just observe your breathing for 1 minute. 1 minute.
What is called pranayam otherwise.
Call it what names you want. You call it meditation, call it pranayam, call it mindfulness. But give yourself that much time.
Okay.
We don't, right? So to say that common person cannot do it, well, we have to make our mental health a responsibility. It has to make it our priority. Has it ever been a priority with anybody? No.
No,
Not even
unfortunately
for
not.
me.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Till I had general anxiety disorder for almost 4 or 5 years. I went through that severe space. I hadn't really paid attention to my mental health.
So
Uh,
yeah, while learning all this, now you're generally practicing what you learned
I,
through your experience.
Absolutely. I have to.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to be robust, if I'm not going to practice what I'm going to tell my clients, how will I know that there is a result that is going to come?
Yeah.
I mean, to tell you that one of the examples, one of my clients, I've known her for a very long time. She connected with me about 2 months ago saying that, can you please help me? I have severe anxiety. To the extent that she would go into complete panic of mode just because somebody came from outside. She didn't want her husband to go out to work, etc. Okay. 3 months later, and she's a hair colorist. 3 months later, today, she took her first appointment and went and actually colored a client's hair.
Oh,
Yeah. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's a baby step. Yes, I know that. And yet, from someone who did not want to, I mean, she would wake up in the night in cold sweat. Her husband had to calm her down. This extreme anxiety that something is going to happen and I'm not in control. Anxiety usually happens when we have the fear of the unknown and we don't know if we can actually control it. Sometimes we don't even know what it is.
so is COVID-related fears causing paranoia? paranoia, people are getting
COVID,
paranoid?
COVID has, yes, so COVID is a trigger.
Okay.
Okay, the trigger started by saying, okay, I can't talk to people, I can't touch people, I don't know when I'm going to get it. Initially, 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, if I get it, I'm going to die. It started with that. Today, it's a trigger which has escalated into other things. It's
Okay.
brought to surface a lot of underlying, which already lurked on the surface. Like my mother, for example, doesn't feel any fear. She's
Okay.
absolutely fine, right? So, and there are people I know who are pretty cool about it. I think I'm one of those people. I take it that अभी होना है तो हो जाएगा, फिर देखेंगे क्या करना है. And yet there are people. So am I not being cautious? Yes, I'm being cautious.
Yeah.
But I'm not letting it go into a space that it is stopping me from functioning normally.
That I think.
That,
Yeah, the one is the government imposed lockdown, and then locking yourself into this kind of a
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
The double
I know
lockdown.
people. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That
So,
I think must have. Sorry.
yeah, I know people who have not stepped out of their homes beyond the periphery of their boundary wall in 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's not natural.
True.
See, we have had TB, isn't it? Tuberculosis.
Yeah.
It's as dangerous as COVID.
Correct.
Just because we have medication, we don't even think. In Bombay, in a congested space like Bombay, infectious TB is all over the place.
Anybody gets TB today.
Absolutely. We are not worried about that.
The families being unable to get out. The children in the family, they were unable to get no schools, no college, nothing. They were at home. Everything is happening at home. I am working from home. My children are studying from home. So this clash of timings, clash of interests, that's also
Absolutely.
leading to
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not denying.
multiple tensions.
Absolutely. If imagine families where there are, I mean, I know for a fact there are families who only have, they don't even have a computer, a laptop.
Yeah.
How is a child, I mean, they're looking at their mobiles like this. What will happen to the neck? What will
Yes.
happen to the posture? What are they really learning?
And eyes.
Right? Eyes, all of that. And starting from there, there are people who don't have laptops. They have only one laptop with the father also has to use, the mother perhaps also has to use, the children. So there is a crisis situation, no doubt about it. Blessed are those, I mean, my household almost, when we were traveling, 9 of us, 8 of us, we all had a laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a privilege, honestly speaking.
True.
Where do you have such privileges, right? And we are blessed with that, including my parents who have an iPad, etc.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. It's a huge struggle. I mean, there are people don't have writing tables at home. They don't have desks at home. They don't have proper chairs at home. They're sitting for 9 hours. And it's terrible for the body, mind, as well as soul. I mean, it is going to cause issues.
So,
I mean, to give an example.
Yeah. So what is the solution? Because the WHO says pay attention. The government says wait for the vaccine. Then you have all these 3 formulas. Mask is a must. Distancing, all that pressures, and we are getting generally bombarded by the television with all kind of fears, and now added to the screaming, noisy channels. There's too much of coverage on only one focus issue of SSR, other things. Don't you also think, as a media professionals, also we are also to an extent responsible in creating this kind of a trouble? Now, as a media person, Rajiv Sardesai, Arnab Goswami will say, I'm telling you what sells. I'm dishing what sells. But in a way, am I not forcing that on the minds of the people? As a psychologist, what's your take?
I think we all have a choice and we should exercise that choice. I refuse to see news. I just don't. I don't. I read the paper in the morning and that's it. I'm okay not knowing.
No, but
I
today,
know what I need.
You don't get papers today. I mean, in our place,
I do.
in Navi Mumbai, we don't get the printed papers.
No, everywhere you're getting papers. It's a society's this thing.
Okay.
Well, even if you're not getting the papers, who's told you to look at the news every 10 minutes, every half an hour?
Correct.
Right? So when I was not getting the paper, I would listen to the news every night. That's it. Now, each one has to make that choice. I'm not saying I'm perfect. all my clients, I have been telling them, please restrain, because it's only fueling the already paranoid mind. I have a very young mother, single mother. She has a 6-year-old daughter, and I haven't spoken to her for some time, but I mean, for a month or so.
Your
But I
client,
know for a fact in the last,
your client, you mean?
sorry,
One of your
no, she's
clients.
not my client. She's my, no, she's my friend.
Okay.
Okay, and she is having so much of trouble managing. She called me one day in complete disarray. She's like, she just cried. She said, I can't deal with it. I just cannot deal with this anymore. So you have a child who needs attention, who doesn't sit in front of the laptop. The phones don't connect because they keep dropping. You're not able to step out. It's just overwhelming. And then she's watching. She's like, I am reading about the pandemic, and I can't go here, and I can't buy vegetables, and I have to wash the vegetables, and I have to wash my clothes, and I have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I told her, I said, what is the worst that can happen? You are going to die? Well, that's going to happen any which ways.
Yeah.
What's the point of dying every day like this and creating the panic for your daughter? So fortunately, she listens to me, so she heard me out, and she started restricting her social media intake, and the new, not social media so much. It was primarily news.
Okay.
Yeah, news on all the screens. So
also
that
this
helped.
the way people have been handling talking about the Sushant Singh Rajput's let's call it death, suicide or murder. Let them decide. So that's the bipolar behavior, that disease, that again creating a lot of confusion. As I know.
No, please, for heaven's sake, people need to stop using these words so loosely.
Yeah.
I am depressed. Hello, you're not depressed. There is a clinical diagnosis to depression. You need
Yes.
to have symptoms for 3 months constantly, or 6 months, according to the criteria. A bipolar is a hormonal chemical imbalance in the mind. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
You have to be on medication. It's a psychiatric disease. MD has to treat you. You need to be in counseling. You have to take medication for it. As much as ADHD needs it, as much as a depression patient needs it. Don't we just so loosely say you're
Correct.
bipolar? I mean, hello, just because I have a mood swing, I can be having a mood swing because of the sugar rush that I might be experiencing.
Yeah.
Right? Or the low sugar I might be experiencing. So these are loosely used terms. People need to get a little more, we need to create awareness about it. And
That's
more
what.
importantly, we need to take away the stigma that if somebody has a mental health disorder, there is a problem.
Yeah.
The person is not a problem, it's the situation that is the problem. So we need to take care of the situation rather than the person. The person will take care of themselves.
See, any health issue has its own, symptoms. Like even in COVID, people talk about the symptoms. For mental stress and strain, other than people screaming or throwing things, throwing their handle, what could be these simple symptoms which others can observe and revert them to a good practitioner, a psychotherapist, or a psychologist?
Sure. So if you see, first of all, you have to see the physical symptoms. So they show up first.
Okay.
Observable. Of course, the mental stress starts showing up, but what you see, the behavior is the only thing that is observable, and the health, physical health, which is observable. Observable. Like I have extreme pain here to
Yeah.
the extent that I can't use this finger because of the spondylitis. Okay. So if I'm not going to take care of this pain, that means I am stressed about something.
Yeah.
Maybe my sitting, maybe my constantly working from the laptop. I have to take care of that, right? So we need to see the physical symptoms. Physical symptoms can be headaches, can be acidity, can be asthmatic attacks, can be tiredness, fatigue, irritability. All of these are physical symptoms. sleeplessness, too much sleep, all of that. Anything which is not normal is coming from some stress or the other. As far as the behavior is concerned, if you see somebody becoming, if somebody was quiet and the person has become quieter, you've got to go and ask what has happened. There can be a problem. If somebody who was very talkative has suddenly become
Right.
very lethargic, yeah, that can be a symptom. Somebody is losing their temper a little bit or becoming snappy. There are times when somebody may not snap, but they will talk in a manner which sounds very unlike them. uh, can be excessive sleeping, can be social withdrawal. There are loads of symptoms that, I mean,
No,
it's difficult.
the general human tendency and the reaction is that supposing I shout, if I shout, you shout back at me, and you shout, I shout back at you. So, I mean, where will you in any family, close into family situation, who and where will they judge there's something really wrong with his health?
So that is why mental health is neglected, huh, sir?
Yeah,
Because nobody is stopping to take a breath.
yeah,
Someone has to breathe and say, okay. So when
okay.
I was not diagnosed with general anxiety disorder. I eventually diagnosed myself.
Mhm.
That, and my parents are doctors. I was in a very bad shape. Uh, and I can hear the doctors tell my mother it is psychosomatic, but
Okay.
nobody is talking to me. My mother never talked to me.
Oh,
My father one day came and he gave me a medication and he said कि बेटा इसको डेली खा लिया करो और अगर रात को नींद नहीं आती है so he gave me a alpalosum and he said आधा खा लिया करो.
he's a
God
doctor.
bless him for that. Yeah,
He's a
my
doctor.
parents are both. Yes.
Oh,
But
lucky
other
you.
than that, nobody. Yeah, lucky that it helped in the sense that at least I had some relief because I was in a very, very bad shape. And yet nobody talked to me. Nobody stopped to ask me, what's happening with you? Nobody stopped to observe my life. Somebody has to do that.
This continuous conversation within the families is very important.
Absolutely. We
Yes,
need to sit down with each other. We need to talk to each other without talking at each other. We have to talk to each
to
other.
each other.
People
And
talk at,
yeah, is
and
this stress related to age also? Age related as people grow older, do they tend to? Because I tell
not
you why.
really.
Why? Because one of our relatives went to this doctor and she was telling her depressed and tensed. So doctor said, "Don't worry, it is age related." So that again causing me a problem in the sense I'm stressed about my age. Otherwise,
No, no, no.
I'm
No. So look, there is a lot that goes on. Okay, um, there are people. So I see it in my family itself. My mother has dealt with her aging far more better than my father has dealt. Okay, it's each one's mindset. If you will be 60 and 65 and you start now, that's the age when you will reminisce. You will reflect back. What have I
yes,
done?
yeah,
Where have I reached? There are those who will smile at it and say, okay, I had an interesting life and I'm okay. I'm now waiting to end it. And then there are those who will look at it and say, oh my God, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I should have done that, I should have not done that, I'm stuck in this marriage. Why have I lived? My children don't care, I could have done more. They have gone in a negative spin. Now I don't have time to fix it,
yeah.
right? So you now start feeling guilty and start feeling stress. And then there are those who will say, okay, you know what? I have lived it. Now I have 10 more years, 15 more years, 20 more years left. Maybe I can do better. Look, there is also a belief that after 60 or 65, we can't learn things, we can't do anything. The fact is, the brain is neuroplastic, right?
Yeah,
The neuroplasticity tells us that we can keep learning till the last
correct.
breath,
Which is absolute
right?
nonsense because
Correct.
at 60 plus I'm learning, I'm doing lots of things.
Correct, right. So that needs to be propagated among people of older generation. They
Mhm.
also need help. In India, there is a very poor caregiving system to the elderly.
Yeah,
Right? We are living in a nuclear family where, like my parents, live alone in Lucknow, and
okay.
it's a cause of worry for us. Uh, Touchwood, they're okay, but I see my friends' parents who are alone. completely alone. They don't want to come. Children can't handle it. There is so much of, but पहले joint family में कोई ना कोई तो होता ही था. कोई काका, दादी, नानी,
Correct,
चाची,
correct.
काका.
Yes.
Somebody was there. The people lived together. They looked after each other. Now that's gone.
And you have grandchildren to play around with. You had the kind of fun that time.
Correct, correct.
I think it brings us back to the same old principle that ideal mind is devil's workshop. So
Absolutely.
don't that take place during pregnancy. Do they lead to some mental imbalance or issues?
It's a documented fact that pregnant women go through what is called postpartum depression.
Okay.
And can be very severe.
Yeah.
It's now being observed even in our country because we've started living in nuclear families. So the woman is burdened with everything. And imagine she has gone through not just, it's a transformation for her body.
Correct.
And the soul. Because now she has a little one that she needs to take care of, right?
Correct.
Imagine, and her body, which was maybe in a certain manner, has become in a certain manner. I'm not talking fat or thin.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot. So till now, she was nurturing this life that was in her, and in that moment, it's taken away.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of turmoil that women go through. I'm not an expert at that, so I cannot comment what really happens. But postpartum depression is a real thing, and yes, pregnant women need to be taken care of from their mental health issues also.
So we talked about the elders. We talked about the the working generation. So let's come to the children. So now learning out of home, the kind of stress and strain that they undergo, and they're unable to get out, and they're more used to going out and playing in the compound or playing in the nearby gardens, etc., and excursions and picnics and the travel. All that has come to halt, total standstill now. So that is also causing a lot of stress. So how does one deal with children? And if I have to tell a child, how does the child deal with the parents?
A child is not supposed to deal with the parent. Let's get that very clear. A child is a child.
Yeah.
He or she is developing their mind. It is the parent who need to deal with it.
Somebody was telling me child is like a wet clay.
Absolutely. What are you writing? And what are you doing with yourself? They are like a monkey who ape you. Right?
True.
So let's get one thing clear. Children are very, very in a survival mode and very adaptable. So we need to cut this crap of saying, oh, my child is so depressed because they can't go out. No, initially the children will ask and then they adapt. What happens is that the adults around them go around feeding it to them. Oh, तो तुम जा नहीं सकते हो बाहर, इसीलिए तुम इतने एंशियस हो रहे हो, इसीलिए वो इरिटेट हो रहा है, इसीलिए वो पढ़ नहीं रहा है, इसीलिए वो चिल्ला रहा है. अरे नहीं भाई, आप भी तो कर रहे हो ना वही सब, तो बच्चा भी तो वही रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा. Let's understand that first.
And also, yeah, sorry. You're saying, I'm sorry.
I'm saying that especially in this time, I'm not saying it's hard, right? It's hard anyways, and it's become harder because parents are not getting a breathing space, right? There is no way to just cut off and go. So I recommend take a walk, go out alone for half an hour, 45 minutes. अरे जाओ सब्जी खरीद के लाओ, लेकिन बाहर जाओ, थोड़ा जाओ, right? So that you get that relief.
Yeah.
So that when you have children, you come and deal with them accordingly. You talk to them, not talk at them. वो तो बच्चा है, वो तो कुछ भी करेगा. ये आपका काम है उसको बराबर से समझाना. आप कैसे एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो कि 5 साल का बच्चा लैपटॉप के सामने बैठा रहेगा 2-2 घंटे? नहीं बैठ सकता है. Let them play. That is how we grew up, didn't we?
Yeah.
We ran around the neighborhood and we studied whatever we were told to study, and then we ran around. Correct? So, and we turned out fine. Maybe nature is telling us to allow children to be children.
So one is to, I think, the new normal that everybody loosely and casually talks about, the new normal. I think everybody should get adjusted to that and make sure that, I mean, at least if each individual thinks and decides not to spoil the peace around, I think the game is done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The problem is that we're not doing that.
Yeah.
When I was in Lucknow, I was aghast to see nobody, including my own cousins, even wearing a mask. अरे sanitizer तो बहुत दूर है.
बराबर. That's being reckless, careless.
Yeah, yeah. And everybody thinks that it's okay. There is no social responsibility for yourself or the others. India is a very poor civic country.
Yeah.
So people need to learn to that. You know, hygiene is one part, sir. Lekin social responsibility is another part. Like I have come today and I have decided that I will minimize my stepping out till at least another 3-4 days, just in case.
Yeah.
Right? Just in case. I don't know. I can get infected. I can infect somebody. If I'm infected, I can be asymptomatic, right? So we have to have self-regulations. Government is not responsible for that. How can they be?
Yeah.
They're telling you, भाई आप मास्क पहनो, भाई आप सैनिटाइज करो, आप हाथ धो, आप मिनिमाइज करो बाहर जाना. वो ये तो नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि आप घर ही में बैठे रहो.
No, though you can blame the government, you don't have to blame the government for everything that is happening there.
What are you going to blame the government for? What? That they should not have done the lockdown then, they should have done the lockdown now. Those are all in retrospect. We don't know.
Correct.
Nobody in the world knew how to deal with it.
Yes.
So government did what was best. They're human beings. They felt what was good at that time. They dealt with it in the best possible manner, right? What are we doing about it? So to give you an example, I went to Agra in this trip, okay? Taj had just opened up, the national monuments had just started opening up 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Do you know in the last 6 months, those poor little boys, the industry which is associated with...
They must have suffered terribly.
Yes. Not even 1 rupee.
Oh.
How terrible is that? हम इतना आसानी से बोल देते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट खोल नहीं रहा है और पैसा है और ये, वो खाने को नहीं है सर उनके पास, और खाने को नहीं है तो वो जाके चोरी करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे, वायलेंस करेंगे कि नहीं करेंगे.
बिल्कुल.
Yeah?
So,
I know it's not a solution. What I'm saying is that we need to be practicing empathy. We need to be practicing patience.
yeah.
We need to be practicing being human.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the only way I think mental health can be better. आपने वो सवाल पूछा था ना कि स्ट्रेस को कैसे कर सकते हैं.
जी.
So start being a little human. You know, हमारे तो शास्त्रों में भी बोलते हैं, मतलब आप दूसरों के संग उस तरीके के आचार विचार करो जैसे आप करना चाहते हो, आपके साथ करें लोग, उतना ही कर लो तो बहुत हो जाता है.
बिल्कुल. So great, Nidhi. We had an excellent chat. I'm sure our viewers also will like this. And superb. Thank you very much for your time. And viewers, we're sure that you enjoyed this chat. If you have any queries, do write back to us. Do call us. We'll get back to experts like Nidhi sooner or later and be able to answer your questions. Thank you very much. And very soon we'll be getting back to you with another program. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you.